If you're getting sporadic sales within your business and you feel like you're at the mercy of social media platforms and search engines, instead of in control of customer acquisition and growth, this video is for you. For several years, I had a fitness coaching, consulting, and info product business focused on helping people lose weight and build a lean, athletic body they could be proud of. I noticed that a lot of people who seeked my help had similar subconscious beliefs. One of those beliefs was that weight loss was out of their control due to various reasons like hormones, age and metabolism, genetics, and other outside factors. Due to this belief, these people often fell prey to novel or mystical ways to lose weight like pills, herbs, weird workouts, and even weirder diets. They would eat like cavemen, work out like the Romans, fast like ancient Greeks, diet according to the cycles of the moon even. The scientific approach to fitness really only picked up after 2010. As time progressed, foremost studies illuminated the mechanism behind weight loss, and more evidence-based content was produced for social media until a large enough portion of the general population was finally educated on the fact that weight loss was merely the result of a sustained calorie deficit, meaning eating less calories than you're burning on average. Of course, the logical continuation of this is you need to actually know how many calories you're consuming and how many calories you're burning. You also need to track your body weight and body fat percentage. I used to tell clients, imagine you're in a dark room looking for a specific item. You wander aimlessly, maybe you hit your foot in the bed frame, and after hours of searching, you're still clueless as to where this item is located. This is what weight loss feels like for most people. But imagine you're in the same dark room and someone gives you a flashlight. All of a sudden, you can illuminate parts of the room and your search gets 1,000 times easier and more efficient. That's what tracking your calories, physical activity, weight, and body fat does for you. And while when it comes to weight loss, you can measure your stats and progress for a while until you get to a weight you're happy with and your portion sizes and workouts become habitual, when it comes to business, you need to be that more strict. The point is, you need to know your numbers. It is mission critical that you know your numbers. You cannot scale your business predictably if you don't know your numbers. If you don't at the very least know how much you need to spend to acquire an additional client and how much you make from them on average, then you're in the dark. Now, here's the interesting thing. As legendary marketer Dan Kennedy says, ask any athletic coach and they'll tell you that measuring performance, even in the absence of any other change, will improve performance. The same is true in business. You need to regularly track both process-oriented metrics and outcome-oriented metrics in order to see where you're at any given point and adjust your input accordingly. The outcome-oriented metrics you track might include ad spend, other variable and fixed costs, revenue, return on ad spend, profit, cost to acquire a client, average order value, lifetime value of a client, as well as number of leads collected, number of sales calls, cost per lead and cost per call, and others. The process-oriented metrics you track might include number of outreach messages sent, number of outbound emails sent, number of cold calls made, number of content pieces posted on social media, number of guest posts made, and so on. Once you've established your KPIs, track them consistently. Look through the numbers daily to measure the pulse of your business and to adjust the input if there are discrepancies between your targets and the actual output you're getting. Besides what we've discussed so far, the reason it's so important to know your numbers is because scaling a business is an economics game. Once you establish a somewhat stable idea of what it costs you to acquire an additional client, your mission as a business person is to optimize your acquisition funnel so that at some point you make more from each additional client than it costs you to acquire them. Obviously, the sooner that point of profitability is reached and the bigger the positive difference between customer lifetime value and customer acquisition cost is, the better. But to stay in the game, you're aiming to at least break even. Therefore, your cost to acquire a client is an especially important metric because it gives you a concrete number to aim for and beat. It turns successful scaling into more of a science, and science is predictable. For example, let's say you sell a fat loss book for $5. In order to build a predictable scaling targeting system, you need a way to control the amount of traffic you're getting to your offer. In most cases, this means turning to paid ads on popular ad platforms like Meta, Google, and the like. These platforms work based on auctions. Advertisers bid for the attention of different segments of the platform users, and the market price is established for the cost per thousand impressions for each segment. Once you enter that game and win bids, your ads are shown to people, and a small percentage of people, usually between 1 and 3%, your ad leads them to your landing page selling your $5 fat loss book, and a small percentage of those people purchase it. In most developed countries nowadays, the cost per thousand impressions is at a level that makes it impossible for you to break even on a $5 product like a fat loss book. Your cost to acquire a customer will likely be over $20 or $30 right now. If you only sell a $5 book, you'd be at a loss of at least $15 to $25 per acquired customer. The good news is, you now have a North Star. Your mission as a marketer is to increase your average order value to match or exceed your cost to acquire a customer, or if you're willing to play a longer game, at least to increase your customer lifetime value so it exceeds your cost to acquire a customer, so that you're profitable within a longer time horizon. You can achieve a higher average order value in multiple ways. You might improve the core offer to increase its conversion rate and get a higher percentage of website visitors to buy your book. You might add an order bump on the checkout page where customers can easily add another item to their cart right before checking out. You might set up a sequence of multiple upsells and downsells right after checkout, and you might even continue selling on the thank you page, for example by featuring a free webinar or video training there with a pitch at the end. You can also build abandoned cart email flows, as well as flows that direct people who recently purchased the core offer back to your upsells and downsells and your free webinar or training. If you successfully manage to get your average order value to match or exceed your cost to acquire a customer, congratulations! You win. You can now scale up your ad spend to get more traffic and more sales at break even or at a profit on the front end. And then you can engage those low ticket customers through email marketing and send them to your back end funnels where you sell higher ticket programs and make a good profit. In other words, the name of the game is competing on economics, and it all starts with knowing your numbers. I'd love to know your thoughts on this topic and whether you'd like more content like this, so let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'd love to address them as well. I read every single comment, so don't be shy. Now, make sure to like this video to help me out with the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel for additional business and marketing strategies that will make you more profit. And watch this video next to learn more about how you can improve your marketing in order to boost your revenue and profits and achieve more financial freedom.